we have rebar, exposed rebar at the front right elevation here. That's caused again by spalling in the concrete. I'm standing at the right side elevation, and we have exposed rebar in the foundation. This is caused through spalling. The rebar is very close to the actual surface of the foundation, the side. As a result, it can get damp and rust, and that causes the concrete to break out and reveal the rebar itself. Foundation inspection. I'm at the front right elevation, and we've got exposed rebar here and a corner pop. In here we have exposed rebar. It may actually be a post-tension cable. We'll have to analyse that as we go along. Also, the soil at this area is drying out and shrinking away from the foundation. That can reduce the support it provides the foundation. I'm at the middle installation. We have the soil is drying out at the foundation here, and we have a slab on grade foundation, I believe. Rebar is not post tension cable. We should tell more as we go a bit further around. So we're at the left elevation. There's a corner pop of crack in the foundation at the front left elevation. This is a grading inspection. Slope off at the rear elevation. Sorry, the right side elevation of the property is reasonable. There's no real slope here, not to modern standards, but it is actually sloping away from the house, so it's okay. It's just not up to modern standards. But homes of this age typically are the same. So you might decide to look at another house because this hasn't got the grading that modern houses have. But if you look at houses of this age in this area, they're going to be built exactly the same as this. But I just want to point it out to you. What it does require is a little bit more attention. Make sure that the foundation around the area has not got a concentration of water. Have a gutter, which we've mentioned in another part, emptying onto the grade beside the foundation rather than having a round pipe taking it away. And then on the rear elevation we have a reasonable slope away, but not up to modern standards. But it should drain. It should be good. This is a grading inspection. Slope off at the rear elevation. Sorry, the right side elevation of the property is reasonable. There's no real slope here, not to modern standards, but it is actually sloping away from the house, so it's okay. It's just not up to modern standards. But homes of this age typically are the same. So you might decide to look at another house because this hasn't got the grading that modern houses have. But if you look at houses of this age in this area, they're going to be built exactly the same as this. But I just want to point it out to you. What it does require is a little bit more attention. Make sure that the foundation around the area has not got a concentration of water. Have a gutter, which we've mentioned in another part, emptying onto the grade beside the foundation rather than having a round pipe taking it away. And then on the rear elevation we have a reasonable slope away, but not up to modern standards. But it should drain. It should be good. There's evidence of water penetration at the soffit here. You can see we've got quite a lot of rot in the materials, and the soffit board is showing signs of water penetration. You see water stains here. Also, all the soffit covers have been removed around the whole of the building. Again, there's signs of water penetration in the roof over the porch. Now we have signs of water penetration here. You can see that ring. Signals presence of water coming through at some point. Continuing this part of the roof examination, as I say, all the soffit covers are removed. There's evidence of a water leak here at the soffit, so you can see how the soffit is damaged, and come up close to it here. And you can see quite a lot of damage there. Evidence of some leaks being fixed up here with tar, like substance being used. and there's some sealing that's gone on between the soffit and the wall at the left elevation. On the roof, what we're looking at is the condition of the shingles. It looks a relatively new, it looks like a new roof. When I say looks like a new roof, you know, we can only find these things out by asking the seller. However, if we look along the ridge line here, you can see we have a definite sag in the ridge board running along here, and a sag here. That can be brought about by a number of things, but one of the main things causing sags in ridges is the foundation. Here we've got a penetration. It's a new wind turbine vent, and it hasn't been corked around the nails. The ventilation at the top of the roof is via ridge vents. Come along this roof here. This is evidence that this is a new roof. There's a lot of building material left here. There's some nails left on the roof. They need to be removed. A good rain will probably do that. Again, caulking on the nails at the penetration here at the vent need to be addressed. We're coming down here, and now we're looking at the left rear elevation of the roof. Again, the condition looks good. This is the flat roof. You can see we've got flashing along here between the roof, and the flat roof has shown signs here and here of prior repair. Flat roofs are prone to leaking. It's the heat of the sun expands and contracts, and they tend to have water standing on. You see here we've got cracks, and it almost certainly, in my opinion, going to be leaking. And right along this edge here we have a crack, and that's a sign of possible water penetration in that area. We're at the left elevation, and we're looking at the soffit covers. Again, they've been removed. And here we've got a missing downpipe for the gutter. It's going to be pouring water from the roof onto the foundation at that corner. That could be a contributing factor to the deterioration in the foundation. Here we've got water penetration shown at the soffits. Again, clearly there is water coming into the attic at that area. If not now, it has been in the past. Here we've got clear evidence of water penetration, a lot of rot here, and right up in the corner here we see water's been running down. There's the water stain. This is the addition. As rot here caused by water penetration on the addition. It's quite considerable. More signs of water penetration all the way around here. And now we're back at the right elevation. I mentioned this earlier when I was reporting the walls, but we've got soffit clear rot and damage to the soffits from water in the past. You see here how the board has sprung, the soffit board sprung due to the pressure of water distorting the structure and the boards themselves. This is the chimney inspection. We're looking at the flashings. We have the counter flashings around it, chimney cricket, which is good. There's some sealing here, caulking, not really advisable but very common, used to seal these areas. I prefer to see mortar, if only because it lasts a bit longer. We'll just see if we've got a chimney cap. Now we have a guard on the top. It's a wire guard. You can see it there, but the coping shows signs of cracking, and that may need to be replaced sometime in the future. But again, it's very common to find this type of cracking at the top, the coping at the top of the chimney. With the attic inspection, we have roof struts that are unsupported with purlins, very typical properties of this age. The addition of purlins would reduce the possibility of roof lift in windy conditions as it stabilises them. I can't look at the decking properly because it's got a radiant barrier installed, which is a good thing. The ducting is insulated and there's insulation throughout the attic area itself. In and upon this insulation I can't see any evidence of recent water penetration. So all told, the attic is fine, but as I say, very limited view because of the presence of the radiant barrier. We're standing at the right side elevation. You have a crack running from the window down to the foundation, and there's a small crack actually in the foundation itself at this point of the elevation. We have a crack which is opening up here, quite a substantial crack. It's over 1/4 of an inch all the way up, so quite a large crack. We have exposed rebar at the front elevation here. This is again at the right side elevation. We have a crack in the wall running down from the window to the foundation. So in conclusion, I'd say there is evidence of settlement all the way around the building, not uncommon on properties in North Texas due to the type of soils we have here. I'm at the front left elevation of the property, and we are at the window here. We have a differential settlement crack running through the brickwork down to the foundation, and there's signs of cracking on the right of the window running around here, so a little bit of differential settlement there. The roof, this is the there's a double tap here supplying the breaker box, secondary breaker box there. This is a sub panel. It's wired incorrectly. It has a bonded ground and neutral. This is the main panel. It's double tapped in to supply the sub panel. It doesn't have a ground to the house. The only return to ground is the neutral, and so that raises the possibility of a lightning strike causing a substantial fire and destroying equipment. I highly recommend a ground is installed into this building. You should consult with a certified electrician about how you should proceed, but grounds do actually protect you from lightning strikes. The outlet in the garage is broken. None of these outlets here are GFCI, which they should be. The panel is a Federal Pacific. These suffer from all sorts of problems. You might like to consider asking an electrician to give you a full evaluation of its condition.